Justajolt here. When a Nerf Rival Apollo and a Nerf Rival Zeus love each other very much, love you get a Nerf Rival Nike. Custom 3D Nerf thought of that. When a Nerf Rival Apollo and a Nerf Rival Zeus love each other very much on Independence Day, you get a Nerf Rival Hera. Now, I don't often make sensible Nerf videos. I was hoping to get Spider Chap to do this one for me, but apparently he's in Canada, probably reviewing Spider-Man web slingers or something. Bring me back something Canadian, old chap. So I guess I'll just have to do it myself. I wonder how long it's going to be till someone hooks a Nerf Rival Hera up to a proton pack and tries to make a Heracane. Hasbro wish they thought of that. Super minimized, fully automatic, infinite ball firing goodness. I mean, you know it makes sense. It'd be pretty much the same as a Heracane, just a smaller blaster with a tube going in there. Wonder who's going to be the first to try it. I love the fact that the Hera can be red, white or blue. My heart beats true for the red, white and blue. Okay, so my flag's red, white and blue too, so I can like that song as well. I used to work with Americans when I lived in Berlin, and I actually enjoyed celebrating Independence Day. It's fun. Means that this guy, I'm doing parkour! Doesn't have to be on the red team. No! Or the blue team. He can just go off and parkour by himself. I'm a rogue jumper. But I digress. Here's an interesting question. I wonder who thought of the Nerf Rival Hera first? Who had the idea first? Did Hasbro see 3D custom Nerf's idea and be all like, I wish I thought of that? Or did they already have the idea brewing? Could it be that Hasbro are finally thinking about Nerf as in their wants now? Being inspired by the modding community? Leave a comment below. What do you think? That question aside, I can kind of see the appeal of this blaster. As it's already been said, chop off the back and you've got a compact handle-loading sidearm. Is the Zeus now irrelevant? It's going to be a bit controversial, but in a lot of ways, I'm not feeling the hype for the Nerf Rival Hera. I kind of don't like it. I know I'm going to get some hate for this, but just hear me out. I'm a weird nerfer, and not just for the obvious reasons. Whilst I have experimented with loadouts involving mags, I love the freedom of being unhampered. Being able to run a loadout carrying just one blaster and a load of darts. Basically, I love front loaders. Yes, I know the Raven isn't a front loader. It's the one mag-fed blaster that I only occasionally ever use, but it's been built with the same principle in mind. Only here it's top loading. Jam door removed, filed and sawed down a little bit, so it's easy to top up as you're going. Front load, top load, potatoes, potatoes, tomatoes, tomatoes. I normally choose to run it like this at the moment actually. Haters gonna hate, but I love it. I don't like the idea of carrying lots of mags on me, even though I could. I like to run free like a goat or something. Bah! Because of this, my current favourite primary is a minimised alien menace incisor with barricade motors and worker flywheels. Okay, so whilst I can't engage in extended firefights, it means I can travel light, move quickly, and can socialise more with other nerfers between rounds and help others load up. This is also why I love the Nerf Rival Artemis, and also why I find the Nerf Rival Nemesis so amazing. And the thing is with this hopper, it's just so quick to reload. You just open the door, grab some balls and chuck them in. Be even easier with one of those 3D printed funnels. I personally can't see the need for a smaller rival blaster with less capacity, which requires more effort to load and requires carrying lots of spare mags. Now, counter arguments to this are going to be the fact that it's a different class of blaster, it costs less, it has a massive coolness factor, and it's tiny in comparison. It certainly is a different class of blaster to the Nemesis. The Nemesis is a primary in a class of its own, and I think it will remain there for quite some time yet. And the Hera minimises a sidearm more like primary. So I guess the theory would be if your Nemesis jams, it's okay because you have a Hera. The thing is, I sort of feel that the Nemesis negates the need for a sidearm. If you're reloading as regularly as you should be and exercising some trigger discipline, you won't run out of ammo. The other reason you need a sidearm is if your blaster jams, and I've only ever seen one of these jam once, whilst running on 3S that is. Whilst it's reassuring to have a sidearm, I don't think I'd ever use one with the Nemesis. That said, I rarely carry a sidearm anyway, so what do I know? At half the price of the Rival Nemesis, I guess you could have 2 Rival Hera blasters if you wanted to, but then you also have the cost of a bunch of extra mags for them. Let's say you get just one Hera and a few extra mags. That's still going to be less capacity than the Nemesis and more reloading. I'm a skinflint, but I still think the Nemesis is a better value blaster because of what it can do. Even at double the price. In terms of the coolness factor, I can't argue with that. The red, white and blue thing has to be respected, especially around the 4th of July. Especially by a red coat like me, who fully recognises that we deserve to get beaten for lining up and letting you fire at us from well-camouflaged hiding places, whilst we were all wearing red. I mean, who does that? But that said, there's nothing stopping you from just painting your Nemesis white. Finally, I won't argue with the fact that the Nerf Rival Nemesis is big. But here's an idea by So Addict of BritNerf. Basically, it's a bullpup Nemesis. Now, as someone who quite likes the Raven, I love this idea. And this is how it looks now it's been brought to fruition. Seriously, go take a look at BritNerf. It's like Nerf Reddit, but with more Britishness. With monocles and crumpets and stuff. Now, this won't be everyone's thing, but as someone who loves the Raven, I love So Addict's bullpup Nemesis idea. Okay, it's still bigger than the Hera, but it's not the behemoth it was, and it looks like it's balanced enough that it could be wielded one-handed. Granted, you'd have an interesting time holstering it as a ridiculously large sidearm, but given the massive capacity and easy reloadability, I could live with the extra bulk, even if dangling on a sling. Even if you don't like the idea or aesthetics, you have to admit, it's pretty cool. All of that said, I do think the Hera has its place. Minimised, it will be a brutal sidearm to face, and I'm secretly disappointed it'll only be a Target exclusive, and many other BritNerfers will be too. If you've watched this far, thanks very much for watching, and please feel free to comment on any of the views I've expressed down below. What's in the stock? 3 Musketeers. Life is tough, but so are you. They're actually starting to sell a lot of American candy over here. Honestly, we have these here too, and they're called Milky Ways. Still nice though. I'll tell you what's weird, but it doesn't match the slogan at all, because the slogan like life's tough, but so are you. I'd expect something more kind of, I don't know, peanutty and chewy, but this is light. It still tastes nice, not what I was expecting. Thanks very much for watching, this is Justajolt, signing off. Not going to stop me from finishing it though.